Hello, hello. Hello, hello, guys. Can you hear me? Carlos, Daisy.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, sweetie. Can you hear me well? Hello, Erica. How are you doing?
Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm doing great so far. Please let me know if you guys can hear me well. I'm just
Good afternoon.
after.
I'm gonna plug my headphones so I can hear you well. Okay, guys. As you can see in the screen, we are having today exam preparation session. This is going to be our last session of this period. Um, so I just hope that you enjoy the session, that you find it interesting, that you find the information here worthy for you. So, as always, I have to say that please remember that this session is being recorded. If you don't feel great or nice about being recorded, you are free to just exit the session. There's no problem. I hope you don't. I hope you stay here. And the other thing is that remember that you're not being assessed. This is not an evaluation space. It's just for practice. There's no problem if we make mistakes. I'm doing mistakes all the time. I'm making mistakes all the time. So worry not. And what else? No, there's no more. Just say thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time to participate here and share this 1 hour session with us. So, where's my pen? So, guys, as you can see in the screen, we have this exam preparation session. The topic for today is writing. So, we'll be checking some things about the writing stuff, but we have to cover all these things. So you guys already know, some of you already know how it is. We have these steps, greetings and introduction. Today we are going to make it short. So just your name, your age, maybe where you're living. Then we are moving into the test strategies. So in this part, we have two phases, the pre and the during. So what can I do before taking the test to improve my writing skills, and what can I do while doing the writing the writing test. Then after this, we have the test practice. So in this part, we are actually like analyzing, not too much writing, but analyzing what is like doing writing test. And at the very bottom of the session, we have the attendance and a survey form, but I think it's just one survey. No, no, like the last time that it was like two. This time it's only one. So as there's new people here that maybe don't know or maybe don't remember, I feel sorry if I don't. Please, guys, you introduce yourself, and I'm going at the end. So please Go first, Carlos Alberto, then Daisy, finally Eric. Okay? Carlos, please go ahead. Carlos, you there? Okay, go ahead, Daisy.
Hello, my name
Yes.
is Daisy Jimena Semanate. I live in Popayán, Cauca. I am 33 years old. I am in first semester.
Oh, girl, you're beginning. Oh my God. And how do you feel about studying this degree? What are your feelings?
Well, I like English, but the other subjects, I don't know. I don't like mathematics, and I know in the second semester I have to learn some mathematics, so I don't like.
Yeah, I think in the fourth period there is also another math course, but it's not too much to worry about. Worry not. The exercises are quite easy, and it's more about developing our critical thinking. So don't worry too much about that. Okay, Daisy, thank you for sharing. Um, Erica, please go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm Erika, and I'm 18 years old. I live in Rio Negro, Corinto. I don't know. um, and
Okay.
fourth semester. Um, I'm here to learn more about this exam preparation.
Okay, Erika, you're in the fourth semester, so you already started your practice, right? Observation practice.
I'm working in some courses about the observation, the part of observation, but I have to change my curriculum, malla curricular. So there are some changes for the next period, and bueno, hay unos cambios y tengo que ver otros cursos diferentes, o sea, hubo como un desorden ahí. Entonces,
Oh my
no puedo
God.
continuar bien con la práctica.
Oh, that's bad to hear. But you know what? You can ask any of your tutors to help you to pick up the best courses to continue without having big problems with your practice.
Yeah, I have tried to communicate with my tutors and teachers of SLU, but I couldn't. Um, no sé, creo que tengo que hacerlo solita porque no me puedo comunicar con ellos. Por más que les escribo, no me contestan.
Well, I can say that the first step is communicating to the practice leader, a leader de la práctica. That's the person you're gonna talk first, and explaining your situation, provide the whole information about you, your personal information, your ID, your number, your SEAT, your semester, everything. So they don't have to reply you again asking for that information. And then when you receive some feedback from them and it is not what you were expecting, you can move into the next level. So you can write down or email to the uh, to the director of our degree, which is Ana Otilia. So you can write her and ask her politely that you need a help to continue your practice without having great problems with it because of the changes, right? So I hope from the deep of my heart that you can like have better improvements in that topic, because we can have a space to waste time. I had almost the same problem, so I'm having 1 semester extra. I was supposed to be ending in this one, but I have to take another one just because of the same problem, because there were some changes, and I had to retake some courses and take others that I wasn't expected to take. Well, it was a crazy moment. I got really frustrated
Yeah,
about
it's sad. That's sad. Is sad. Very sad.
it. Yeah,
um,
it is.
um, I don't know. I don't know what to do in this situation. I think, could I ask that for the director of our degree?
Yeah, you should. If you don't get any response from the practice leader, go ahead and write to our director. She should provide the correct information and the correct guidance for you to continue developing the career without further problems, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Taz, for your advice.
No
I'm
worry not,
gonna
it's
I'm
always a
gonna
pleasure.
do that.
Okay. Okay, guys, I'm going to ask again Carlos. So, Carlos, please open your microphone and tell us a little bit about you. Well, I'm going to Matt.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Yeah,
Sorry,
there.
I am working right now, but I am Carlos Alberto Sanchez. I am 34 years old. I live in Bogota since 15 years ago. I am designer. I work at the textile industry around 18 years ago. I live with my parents. That's it, teacher.
Okay, okay. Carlos, I really appreciate that even if you're working, you're doing an effort to be here. Thank you so much for doing that. So I will bear in mind that you are a little busy, and I will comprehend if you are not that active during the class, okay? So, but try your best to get immersed in the activities, okay? Just try it. If you can't do it, just let me know by raising your hand or something like that. Okay, boys, we have already completed this greetings and introduction. It's all covered. Now it's time to move into the strategies. So today is about writing, but how to write narratives, how to tell stories, being coherent, being conscious, like providing words that are complement of our story, that are guidance for the reader. So we have before test. What can I do to improve my writing strategies before taking the real test? So if you get the time, practice with images and prompts. And how can I do it? I need to prepare myself to use adjectives to describe characters, to describe places, to describe situations. And those adjectives will help me to engage the people who are reading me and also providing a good atmosphere to the story and telling. So the suggestion is use random story, create random stories based on an image. So imagine you're going to practice today your writing abilities. So you pick up whatever image you find on internet. Yeah, I found a tree with some apples and there's a boy walking down. So taking this image as a guidance for me, I'm going to create a story providing an introduction, some development, and the end. I did it with this image today, but maybe the other day I will pick an image based on maybe, I don't know, a mermaid or something like that. The idea is that you are going to explore your imagination and use it as much as you can to provide examples, descriptions, and create a coherent story. Then the next is learn vocabulary. So it's really key if you learn linking words like then, afterwards, nonetheless, words that are helping one phrase to join other phrase, still being coherent and making easier to describe your story. And obviously actions verb because you have to describe what the characters are doing. And as I told you before, adjectives. So beautiful, cute, shameless, handsome, ugly, despicable, pity, all of those words that help us to provide like um, special characteristics to our characters, you know? A character without a description is like a blank canvas. You don't know what's in it. You don't know what is the background of that character. So that's why it's so important to describe it. And finally, we have control the time and reading length. So a characteristic of our writing test is that, whatever the test is that you need to be really careful about the time. So you need to set a timer when you practice. Bear in mind that most of the time, you're going to be given 20 minutes. In some cases, you're going to be given more time or even less, but this is the average of time on those tests. So try to put your practice under the pressure of time. Traten de poner su práctica de escritura bajo la presión del tiempo. So first, you're going to be more aware about time consuming, right? How much time's left? How much I have advanced in my writing during these first 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And also, you're going to be more aware about the time, so you're not going to be too worried about it because you already control it. I would like to know if maybe Daisy or Erica or even Carlos know any other strategy that may help us to improve the writing skills. Anyone? Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, Erika says, I don't know. Okay. No problem. Okay, and guys, if I'm going too fast, don't hesitate. You can say, hey, please slow down. Okay, let's move into, where's my, okay, here. Important vocabulary, right? So I have divided in these three groups. When you are writing a narrative test, it's quite important to set whether in which moment are the things happening, in the past, in the present, in the future, when is the story happening. So we have expressions about like about 2 months ago, about 2 weeks ago, in the air, in the early 70s, in the late 90s, whatever the expression is that set the moment of the story. Also, it's quite important to be really aware of the verbal times. If you're setting your story in this, like about 2 months ago, so you have to set the descriptions in the past. You can put them in the present because you already said that the story began 2 months ago. So be really careful because verbal time is quite connected to the time expressions. And then we have comment adverbs. This is really interesting because comment adverbs is the opportunity to the writer to provide an opinion. So luckily, our prince found a sword to defend the princess. Or unfortunately, our prince found a terrible witch who spell on it. Something like that. Those adverbs are like the spiciness of the story. And what's next? During the test. So as in this time, we are talking about narratives. Narratives have a sequence. So be careful of not starting your story like in the end with the conclusion. Bear in mind that in the writing test, you're going to get a score, right? So you might be qualified like band 1, band 2, and so on until band 9. So your position, your score will depend on how much you fit to this order. So cuando nosotros estamos haciendo nuestro test de escritura y cualquier test, debemos tener en cuenta que nos van a poner una calificación del 1 a 9 en el nivel de proficiencia, de capacidad que tenemos con respecto a esta habilidad. Y en el caso de las narrativas, si ese es el tema que les toca en el test, es muy importante seguir este patrón. Yo tengo que ceñirme, adherirme a esta estrategia para poder crear mi narrativa de manera coherente y ordenada. So guys, once again, I would like to ask you if there's any strategy you know, or maybe you have tried a narrative test or any other style, and I don't know, tell me something. I feel I'm speaking too much. Nothing. Erika seems to be like thinking, but not decide to talk. Okay. So, as I thought when developing this strategy that it will be a kind of boring, I brought a game. So, I will share with you a link in the chat. What is the idea of the game? You have to answer correctly to get the opportunity to pick up one chest. This is chest 1, chest 2, and chest 3. In each chest, you're going to find like some options, like take a percent of money, or nothing, or lose, or even swap. When you get a swap, it means that you're going to steal all the money of any of the participants, of any of the players. So try to pick up the money from that people, that person who has the most money, right? Entonces la idea de este juego es que respondamos de manera correcta para poder elegir cualquiera de estos cofres, y si nos sale el swap, pues le vamos a robar el dinero al que más tenga. Okay? The idea of this game is to know some expressions. Just get, oh my God, it threw me out. So just give me, okay. I will have to close these tabs. Okay, give me a moment, please, guys. Oh my God, this is going freaking slowly. Why? There you go. There in the chat, you're gonna find a link. Please join the game. I think I will play with you. Let's see. Oh my God. No, it can be true. This happening. No, it's not working. Okay, we have to move on. Game is not working and we don't get the chance to lose time. Okay. Okay, guys, as we couldn't play, we are moving into the story. So this is our task. We have to read the story and identify which paragraph from A to D does the writer. Set the scene, describe the ending, describe the lead up to the main event, and describe the main event. So Daisy and Erica, you girls are going to take turns to read the paragraphs. And just after the reading, we're going to check in which of these paragraphs we can find these, these steps, okay? So please, Erica, help me reading paragraphs A and B, and then goes Daisy.
Okay, teacher. About 2 months ago, I was having a coffee with my cousin at a coffee in town. We were talking about my 18th birthday party. Ellie mentioned a friend of mine, Tom, and asked if he was going to be there. I haven't seen him for months. I replied, I'm not even sure that I've got his number. While we were chatting, I took out my phone and checked it. About 2 weeks later, it was the day of my party, and I was getting everything ready. To my surprise, I had a call from Tom. Naturally, I told him about the party. Why don't you come along? But why don't you came along? I suggested he accepted the invitation.
Okay, thank you, Erika. Please, Daisy, continue paragraphs C and D.
Okay. When Ellie arrived to the party, I told her what had happened. It's such a coincidence, I said to her. I hadn't spoken to Tom for months, but he phoned today. He's coming to the party. At the party that evening, Tom and Ellie got on really well together. In the end, Tom explained what had happened. You left a long message on my voicemail. I said, you must have dialed my number by mistake when you were in the coffee. You were talking to Haley about me. I heard everything.
Okay, girls. So the thing here is that we need to identify which of these paragraphs match with number one, number two, number three, and four. So try to make a close review of the paragraphs and tell me your guesses.
Creo que tenemos que escribir todos estos puntos sobre la historia.
You can write it down in the chat if you want to, or only open your microphone and telling me what do you consider fits with which paragraph.
First paragraph.
Yes, o sea, la idea es que
I think-
identifiquemos qué párrafo coincide con set the scene, o sea, decir, esta es mi escena. ¿Cuál párrafo describe el final? ¿Cuál párrafo describe como el salto al evento principal y cuál describe el evento principal?
Okay. The A paragraph is the same.
Describe the scene or set the scene. Describe the ending, sorry, or set the scene.
So the scene.
Okay. What about Daisy? What do you think, girl?
The last one, the D, describe the ending.
Describe the ending. Okay.
I think that the C paragraph describe the main event.
Okay, so number 4, and this should be number 3, right? Okay, let's check.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay, worry not. Worry not. Let's see what's the truth. Paragraph A, excellent. Paragraph 2, okay. So you got all of them right. All of them are correct. Good job, girls. So now we are moving into the second part. Oh my God, I forgot to close this. So the idea here is try to identify the time expressions and put them in the correct groups. So we have these expressions like about 2 months ago, in the end, eventually, one Saturday last month, and tell me in which groups do they go? Group A, Group B, and Group C. So I will write them here. You are free to open the microphone. Don't be shy, girls.
Okay, maybe after a while in letter A.
After a while. Okay.
Eventually.
Eventually, in this group, A.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so eventually. Mm,
In B, about 2 months or about 2 weeks later.
E about 2 weeks later. Okay, so let's.
in the end, expressions for bridging the narrative to an end.
And the last one is one Saturday.
The last one.
One Saturday, last one. Okay, let's check. Let's check this out. Group A, about 2 months ago, one Saturday last month. So one Saturday last month was here and about 2 months ago. So when we are like, this group was about non-specific. We are not setting a specific date when the teams started or finished. An example of something with specific time could be like on May 3rd, yesterday, today, tomorrow, because they are setting the exact moment where things are happening. See, it says B, about 2 weeks later, expressions to, oh, what happened to my pen? Expressions to order, giving order to the events. And finally, we have eventually and in the end. So eventually is like in Spanish, just direct translation is eventualmente. So we use it to describe that something happened after other moments. They are the result of something. Okay, so let's see if we can cover this one. Okay, I always forget to shut down. So this time in this third part, we once again have the same paragraphs. What the idea here is to highlight what are the common adverbs, what are the past simple sentences, the past continuous sentences, and the past perfect sentences that you can find in all the paragraphs. So make a glance, stare, look deeply in the paragraphs and tell me what are those sentences that are adverbs, simple past, past continuous, and past perfect sentences. For instance, in the first paragraph, about 2 months ago, I was having a coffee with my cousin at a cafe in town. In that whole sentence, what time can I find? For instance, I have here, I was having. What kind of time is this? Simple past, past continuous, or past perfect?
Past continuous.
Past continuous, yeah.
I think it's past continuous.
Yeah, definitely.
We were talking. It's past continuous sentence. Past continuous sentence.
Yeah.
We're talking. Alimentation is a past simple tenses. Sentence. Past simple sentence.
Simple, yes.
and asked if it was going to.
So this is simple.
Simple tense. Was going to be there is a past continuous sentence.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him is a past perfect sentence.
Good job.
I replied is a simple tense sentence. I've got his number is a perfect sentence. And while we were chatting, how to pronounce this word?
Chatting.
How do you pronounce this word? Okay.
Chatting, yes.
It's a continuous sentence. Chatting. I took out my phone. It's a simple sentence.
And checked. Okay,
Checked.
good job. Is there any comment, adverb?
I don't know.
Okay, I
No tengo
will help.
no estoy muy segura de qué son las.
I will help. So, to by surprise. This is a comment, un comentario, ¿cierto? To my surprise, para mi sorpresa. Unfortunately, desafortunadamente, or fortunately, afortunadamente. So those things in which you can provide an opinion about the situations that are more likely to be common adverbs. But you did a great job like picking up these three ones. So it means that you have cleared, you have mastered the grammar of these times, this time. Oh my God, those past times. I got a tongue twister. Okay, so we are running out of time, so we are moving. This time, this is the last exercise. So we have here some words. Luckily, sadly, suddenly, to my surprise, and wisely. The idea is to complete those sentences with those words. Those are common adverbs again. Common adverbs. So, the first sentence say, it was cold and cloudy, but something, there were lots of people on the beach. What do you think is the common adverb that better fits to that sentence?
To my surprise.
To my surprise, okay. Sentence number 2. I lost my wallet, but I found it again.
Luckily.
Luckily, okay.
Luckily.
Something, a car ran into us. I didn't see it coming because it happened quickly.
Suddenly.
Suddenly.
Okay, you girls agree with certainly. Number 4, something. My grandmother is rather ill.
Sadly.
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 Okay. And the last.
What is ill?
Ill, enfermita, enferma. Is a synonym of sick.
Okay.
It's in
Thank you.
Spanish ill, and if you say illness, enfermedad, solo ill, enfermo. Okay?
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, sweetie. Number 5 say, Joe saves a little of his pocket money each week.
Wisely.
Wises.
Wisely.
Wisely.
Okay, let's check the results. The first one, to my surprise, luckily, suddenly, sadly, and wisely. Great job. Great job. You did it excellent. So my little girls, we have already run out of time. So it's time to share with you the exam preparation attendance and the survey form, but I'm not quite sure which survey is it. Okay, just give me a moment. I'll share it with you. And well, I don't just have to say thank you. Thank you for being here, for being participative, and for being attentive to the activities. I hope there's something worthy for you, something that you can apply in the future. And that would be all.
Thank you, teacher.
Thanks to you, Daisy, and also thanks to you, Carlos. I hope maybe in the future you get the opportunity to be at home taking the classes. I know it's quite hard, but it's great when you get the opportunity to interact with others. I don't know what to say. It's just because this is the last session. It's kind of sad. Okay, so
Thank you,
please,
teacher.
thanks to you for being here. Please, guys, don't forget to fill up the forms. They are quite important for our community. And there's no more to say than thanks again and have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye.
Bye bye.